welcome again to Big League Soccer. Once again, we follow the fortunes of Manchester United, and why not? They are, after all, the talk of British football, going into their 14th league game of the season, still unbeaten, 11 wins, 2 draws, and now facing Chelsea, themselves third in the First Division. So it's a great match in prospect, and I can promise you once again, we're not disappointed. Also today, along with our football, we're going to have a little bit of fun. 2 goalkeepers who unexpectedly find themselves in a bit of trouble. And for this one, well, it ended in a farcical knockout. And as we dip into our library once again for you, we come up with 5 goals as Luton Town face West Ham United. And in response to so many requests from you, we have our first competition of the season as well. But first, it's Chelsea against Manchester United, a huge crowd at Stamford Bridge in West London for this game. I hope you'll join me now then at the stadium.
The crowd here today says it all. As near as you can get a full house at Stamford Bridge for a match that brings Manchester United again to London, still unbeaten and 10 points clear at the top of the table. But the Chelsea faithful, in such good voice, they fancy their team's chance today, and what an exciting prospect for everybody as both sides intend to play with 2 wingers, 4 in all. Well, that's almost unheard of these days. Nevin and McAllister for Chelsea, Olsen and Barnes for Manchester United. Let's check on the teams. Chelsea third in the table have sprung a surprise by dropping Mike Hazard from their midfield. A little more than a month ago he cost £300,000 from Tottenham, but he's taken some time settling down. Robert Isaac gets his 3rd game only in the first team. He'll be at right back. The side as a whole has really started to shape up well, and not least Kerry Dixon in good scoring form after a poor start. He's now scored 6 in Chelsea's last 6 games. Top scorer for Manchester United, of course, is Mark Hughes with 9. So there's going to be quite a battle between 2 of the most successful First Division strikers here today. However, Manchester United are still without Brian Robson. He's got a hamstring injury. Gordon Strachan, he's only just started training again. Remy Moses and John Goodman. But what a side manager Ron Atkinson can still put out into the field. Now with Paul McGrath taking Robson's place in the midfield. The referee today is John Martin of Alton in Hampshire. So Manchester United in red shirts and white shorts get us away. Attacking the goal to our right. A splendid autumn afternoon where conditions are perfect. Those 4 wingers, both sides playing 4-2-4, each of them having just 2 men in the midfield. It really is a throwback to the old days, and the prospect of some really fine attacking football here at Stamford Bridge as Whiteside gets it back to his keeper Gary Bailey. A good place for Manchester United to come to keep this run going. They've won 5 of the last 7 times they've been here. Here's McGrath getting his cross in, a little too high for Stapleton. Barnes trying to come on the far side, and a goal kick. United for a moment hustling the referee, suggesting that Barnes had been pulled down and it might be a penalty, but I don't think that even crossed the referee's mind. And Robert Isaac, rather a traumatic start. He's only 19. Comes from South London. Dixon. Well, a powerful shot that Bailey had to watch really closely. Really hammered that with the right boots. And Bailey catching it at the 2nd attempt. Side, Arthur Alderston trying to get McGrath in, but Chelsea getting it away as McLaughlin now finds Nevin. Dixon is away on his left. That's the ball for Kerry Dixon. Bumstead waiting in the middle. Nevin's continued his run. This could be trouble for Manchester United, and in the end they concede the corner off Moran. Good break by Chelsea there. Suddenly 3 men were springing forward, and United for a moment looked to be in a little bit of trouble, and they might still be. Deep corner, and Speedy getting in, but it's just too high. The biggest of lads Scottish international David Speedy, but always a menace in the air. And didn't quite get the purchase he wanted on that one. Trying to get there before Isaac. And just holding him off. Here's Whiteside. Now Spackman. And he was having trouble getting rid of Paul McGrath. Very cheerful character, Nigel Spackman. So for that matters, McGrath. They will enjoy their battle against each other in the midfield. And with just two men in each midfield, some strong lungs are going to be required there today. Oh, getting above Dixon. Olsen. Whiteside. Couldn't control it. Barnes had already come inside, so Chelsea get possession. Isaac. And Chelsea's throw. Speedy. McAllister. Bit of play. Breaking into the area and a deflection taking it wide. But there was a delightful piece of acceleration there by Kevin McAllister. Once he saw there was an opportunity, he really put on the power, and the deflection provides Chelsea with this corner, which McAllister himself will take. Rugby's up at the near post for this one, but it's a much deeper one, and the ball must have looped out of play. The flag was up. It's a goal kick. Bailey with a kick. By Stapleton. It's Hughes. Oh, a nice ball inside for Olsen. Will he get there first? The long legs of Rugby just stretched out and conceded the corner. Moran's come forward again. Only Hogg and Albiston have stayed back. Not a very good corner. Duxbury. Whiteside. Hogg. Hughes. So a goal kick for Chelsea. There's Ron Atkinson in the centre of the picture in this night suit, leaning forward, masterminding a really great season for Manchester United. 13 played, they've won 11 and drawn 2 in the league. Rugby for Chelsea to Nevin. Speed is after it. He's again got Hogg to contend with, and Hogg threw it away. Oh, and he's going to be booked. Well, that's a shame. I mean, it was silly to throw the ball away, but it was a reflex more than anything else. I always think, and it's a debating point, I think the referees now really make life more difficult for themselves if their first booking is something like that. What do they book and what don't they book in the minutes that remain? And there are still 25 minutes of this first half left. So Hogg goes into the book. Nevin takes the free kick. Save from McLaughlin, and Bailey could have known very little about it. Flicked in by Nevin, the free kick. Flicked on by Kerry Dixon. Just the merest touch there. Came off a defender too. And a reflex save by Gary Bailey. Barnes getting his header in. Chelsea's throw, or rather Manchester United's throw. Arthur Albiston with it. Hughes. Albiston. White side onto the left foot too. Digged in towards Stableland. Sadly for United, just a little too high for him. White side again in possession. Albiston. Duxbury has come wide to make himself available. Here he is. Olsen. Olsen again, a little lucky to get it back. Now Nevin, on the break again for Chelsea. With McAllister in freedom away on the left. But I don't think the angle's going to help the youngster. There's a couple of fine breaks that Nevin's made out of defence, but he delayed that pass a little too long. But it's Chelsea in possession again with Kevin McAllister. Oh, he turned Duxbury beautifully there. A little too high for Dixon, and Bumstead shot away for the goal kick. Well, there's no doubt about it. The Chelsea threats are coming from young Kevin McAllister. And Bumstead in the end a little too high with his finishing shot. Did really well. He turned Duxbury. Remember, Duxbury's an England international as well. Hughes chasing this one. McLaughlin should get there first, but Hughes might still. It was touch and go, and there was no whistle. That suddenly looked as though it was going to get out of Chelsea's hands when McLaughlin looked to be in control, and if Hughes could just have got his feet a little quicker than that, he might well have nicked it past Nijveski. At the other end, Speedy going on, and Bailey goes down. No goals yet, but no lack of effort, and it's really a crisp October afternoon here, I can assure you, but you've only got to look at the close-ups of the players' shirts. They're bathed in perspiration. A free kick there, a foul by Duxbury, pulling back on McAllister, a free kick to Chelsea. Now will Chelsea find something from this? Nevin will take the free kick. McLaughlin's come up from the back. Dixon's heading ability is well known. Nevin curled it in towards the far post. There are 4 Chelsea players gathered there, and Bailey beats them all. Olsen. Hughes. Olsen with Spackman after him. Still Olsen. Oh my goodness, he nearly brought him down there, and in the end, Nijveski. A particularly good cross there by Olsen, just pulled back a yard or so, and there were 3 men waiting, but Spackman wasn't far from pulling him down in the box either. Duxbury, and now at the moment I'm afraid the game is not giving any chance to flow at all. There are so many free kicks being given and advantages very rarely being played. Hughes. Olsen. Spackman's right there with him. That's his job, and he's given away the corner. Nigel Spackman having a word with the referee. I don't know what it was about, because it clearly came off him for the corner. Now for the first time, Graham Hogg's gone forward, the big, tall central defender. McGrath's in there and Moran, so the big men are up for Manchester United. Nijveski getting it and half getting it and getting it at the second attempt. Long clearance, oh, his own man, and Hughes, good grief. Well, that was so close to the most remarkable goal of the season. And what a lucky man the Chelsea goalkeeper is, looking up as though there's somebody up there who likes him, because he certainly had luck on his side. with a clearance that hit, I think probably one of his own players, but fell for Mark Hughes, and Hughes then hitting it straight back at Nichveski. McGrath, Olsen, and a goal! Jesper Olsen, only his third this season, and it stunned the big crowd here. And it seemed that the keeper, Nichveski, was a little slow getting down to it, because it wasn't hit with that much power from outside the box, as you can see, and just inside the post to put Manchester United 1-0 into the lead. Jesper Olsen. So this amazing run by United is still very much on the move. Hogg getting involved with the referee. I don't know whether it's McAllister, the Chelsea player, who's involved, but there's... Well, Hogg's already had his name taken. Or is it Alveston? No, it's Alveston. Well, if it's Hogg, he's got to go off, surely. He had his name taken, Graham Hogg. No, it's McAllister. I don't know what Graham Hogg, the number 6, must be worried about his immediate future. Well, he's already taken Hogg's name for throwing the ball away, and he has been sent off. Well, the first foul was totally innocuous, the throwing away of the ball. The incident off the ball was the one that has meant that Graham Hogg is sent off. Now that could well cause a bit of trouble. Ron Atkinson was on the field, and the referee having a word with Ron Atkinson now. You can see how stunned the Manchester United manager is, and the referee, I have to say, is piling up troubles for himself. There's stuff being thrown onto the pitch now, and a highly charged afternoon might well take a bit of controlling now. Obviously, a referee can only give what he sees. The referee has seen 2 fouls by Graham Hogg that he regards as worthy of yellow cards and being sent off, and the United fans are none too happy about it, but they are a goal ahead now with 10 men against Chelsea's 11. Referee looking at the watch again. He's played nearly 2.5 minutes of time added on. McAllister. Umstead with the cross in. McGrath, who's gone back to a central defending position now, as the half-time whistle goes. And Manchester United going in with a 0-0. The lead given to them by Jesper Olsen, but the sending off of Graham Hogg of Manchester United, and certainly some highly controversial refereeing by John Martin here in the first half. A half-time score then at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 1. So the crowd now eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. It's referee John Martin gets it underway with Chelsea in the all-blue strip attacking the goal to our right. 1-0 to Manchester United, remember, Jesper Olsen's goal, but United, of course, now down to 10 men. Here's Kevin McAllister, only his second game in the first team. Back to Isaac, who's having only his third. Speedy to Isaac. McAllister. Chelsea seeking to dent this proud Manchester United record and get a corner. McAllister with his corner. Still having trouble getting it away. And flipped away magnificently by Bailey from John Bumstead. Well, Bumstead, scorer of one only this season, and Dixon over the top. Let's have a look at the previous corner. What a splendid save by Bailey. A foul by Hughes, and it was. He was jumping early and jumping into McLaughlin. A free kick quite probably given by the referee to Chelsea. Pates with it. McAllister. United were claiming a handball there by the little Scot. Bumstead. Spackman. McAllister, who's looking really lively in this game. Nice little ball there, played to McLaughlin. It might come to him again. It might come to Dixon. He's offside. He's offside. It will not be given. Realisation and the frustration and the disappointment. And there's no doubt at all. The flag was up straight away. And yes, he's probably just about in line with the last player, which is enough to be offside. So it's still 1-0 to Manchester United. Ridley. And Hughes. A few unkind words to each other. It's pretty tense out there, you can imagine, with United 10 men desperately clinging to this lead and under a lot of pressure. Chelsea feeling that they really should be making some progress against the 10 men for the whole of this second half. So it's a nervy, frustrating afternoon for both sets of players. And very tense too. Hughes sweeping it there for Duxbury. Inviting Stapleton. Played in for Olsen. That was a good run by Olsen. And it looked like an obstruction there on Duxbury. Referee gave nothing. Whiteside. Been very muted this afternoon, Norman Whiteside, but here he is. And that's not a bad ball. Duxbury comes off Pates. McGrath, he misjudged that with the head, but there was cover from Alderston. 17 minutes left. Spackman. Nevin. Duxbury having two goes at him. The free kick quickly taken. And it was a handball, probably the second. Yes, it was a handball there by Stapleton. Nevin. And Bailey losing it. They have pushed in, McLaughlin has! The big centre-half scores his first goal of the season. Courtesy, to some extent, by Gary Bailey. When the free kick was taken, Nevin floats it in. Bailey, well, makes a hash of it, really. Now the panic stations are really on, and what an inviting moment that was for Big Joe McLaughlin to make it 1-1. Now, is Manchester United's unbeaten record really in danger now as Chelsea bring it back to 1-1? one thing's for sure, we're in for quite a last quarter of an hour, thanks to Joe McLaughlin's goal. Mark Hughes, getting his name in the book. Now, what can we expect in the final 15 minutes? United, remember, 10 men. Chelsea thirsting for a victory that they feel they need to make real progress on this Manchester United 10-point lead at the top. We're not too interested in a draw. We really want to win today, was what manager John Hollins was telling them before the game. Well, here's McAllister. It's all Chelsea at the moment. It might come for Speedy, and in the end it was Whiteside who walloped the ball 40 yards over his own crossbar and way into the crowd behind the goal. So a Chelsea corner, and a rip-roaring finish is on its way. Nevin will take the corner. All the Chelsea big men are in there, including Rugby and McLaughlin. And Bailey lost it again for a moment there and was saved by his defence. It's another Chelsea corner. Intense pressure here now. And Bailey grabs that one safely. Dixon! No, against the crossbar! It beat Bailey, all ends up there, but not the bar. And Chelsea so close to getting that important second goal. They're going to take some holding now, Chelsea. They really got the wind in their sails, and Kerry Dixon blasting his way through there, and unlucky to see the ball bounce off the crossbar. Hit with tremendous power. Now Stapleton for Manchester United. Hughes. My goodness. And a goal! Mark Hughes! What a brilliant answer by Manchester United. What a striker he is, into double figures, number 10 for Mark Hughes. About the only serious attack they've had in the second half, and Eddie Niedzwiecki was merely groping thin air as Mark Hughes hits a tremendous right foot shot in. From outside the box, there was a little bit of space for him, he found the angle that was right. Wallop! And United are back into the lead. Now can Chelsea pull themselves back again? Rugby. McGrath with a header for United. Whiteside getting it wide for Duxbury. Now Stapleton. Free kick given. Way off the pitch, the tall figure there, the lonely and sad, disappointed figure of Graham Hogg, who was sent off in the first half. May depend he's urging his teammates on for all he can to hold on to this lead. Chelsea, in the meantime, have made a substitution. They've taken off John Bumstead and they've brought on Jones. Duxbury. Oh, through the legs of Spackman, and Stapleton doing well there. I think the tackle by Jones has quietened him a little bit. Whiteside, a little flick on there by Isaac, in point of fact, to Peter Barnes. And McLaughlin getting it away. United's corner, and I think Stapleton might be in a bit of trouble. So Eddie Niedzwiecki waiting with his corner to be taken. Peter Barnes will take it. Jesper Olsen, Little Dane, back for Barnes. flag up for an offside. Chelsea's free kick, not wasting any time about it. McAllister now, as the Blues come sweeping forward again. Look at McLaughlin right in there as well, linking up superbly, and what a good ball by him for Nevin. Nevin again, a little dink in, and Speedy didn't really make very much of that. Rugby. United have pulled everybody back. Here's McLaughlin again. Pounding at that Manchester United goal. Jones trying to get Speedy in. Jones again. Nevin teasing and tormenting this United defence, both he and McAllister. The little ball there, cut out well by McGrath. Rugby, cross again towards Bailey, gathered it well at the highest point. My watch, 3 minutes to go. Randall Atkinson in the suit, the Manchester United manager. Mick Brown alongside him, his right-hand man. And these are tense and difficult moments for them, wondering whether their side can just hold out for these last couple of minutes. Jesper Olsen, in fact, kicking the ball away. Graham Hogg got himself booked for that early in the first half. And John Hollins, some animation there on the Chelsea bench to Doug Rugby, wanting Rugby maybe to link up and come forward and take a chance. Certainly Chelsea have got little to lose now. Whiteside just planting the ball up, the old tactic towards the corner flag. Takes a few more precious seconds off the 90 minutes. Massive kick again by Nitreski, right at the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. McAllister. Inside the last minute now as Speedy finds Jones, and now Spackman. Speedy offside against Nevin, the flag is up. That sigh of relief you can imagine on the United bench and amongst their many supporters here in West London today. Just really got to keep their heads now for the few seconds that remain. Orbiston planting it forward. Hughes was onside. What a nice ball there played for Jesper Olsen, and saved brilliantly by Nitreski. What a great break by United though, and a fine ball by Hughes. Dixon. Moran. Oh, that's gone conveniently towards the corner flag for them, and Olsen was up there, but here's Pates. Playing time added on. The last gasp chance this for Chelsea. Good headed work again by Moran, Hughes, Rugby. Pates will just whack it forward anywhere again, hoping a blue shirt can get on the end of it. Duxbury and Bailey. And that might well mean that United finally are safe. And a look at the watch by the referee. Rugby's header, now McLaughlin, still the whistle hasn't gone, still deep into injury time. Nevin. McLaughlin, the big defender who's already scored once, that came off McGrath. The bench are urging Olsen to run towards the corner flag with it. It's a United throw, the whistle is gone, and United's proud record remains. Down the tunnel goes Graham Hogg, who was sent off in the first half, and the odds look to be against Manchester United then, although they led by Olsen's goal. And they were pressurised the whole of the second half. McLaughlin then scored, number 5, got the equaliser for Chelsea, and the number 9 going down the tunnel, Mark Hughes, getting a handshake from Gordon Strachan, who's back in training again now for Manchester United. But what a proud and gutsy performance by Manchester United against all the odds after Hogg had been sent off. And now they have played 14, won 12, drawn 2, lost none. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 2.
Well, after the match, there was still considerable controversy over the sending off of Graham Hogg, the Manchester United defender. The United manager, Ron Atkinson, said that technically the 2 offences, I suppose, did mean that he technically had to go off the field. But Ron was fiercely critical of the referee. He said in the first case it was merely the flicking away of the ball. And the incident with McAllister, it seems there was some contact allegedly started by McAllister, because Ron Atkinson's strong view is that provocation on the football field is always much more serious than retaliation. So he was unhappy with that, but of course he was delighted with the result that keeps Manchester United so proudly at the top of the first division. Still 10 points clear of Liverpool. Liverpool this weekend, having had a home win over Luton Town, moving up into 3rd place now in place of Chelsea. Our Sheffield Wednesday, they had a 1-0 victory at home against West Bromwich Albion. Everton lie 4th, and then the London contingent, Chelsea and Arsenal, with West Ham just behind them. At the bottom, well, still at the rock bottom, of course, West Bromwich Albion. They lost, as I say, away to Sheffield Wednesday. Ipswich were beaten at home by West Ham. Manchester City in a certain amount of trouble as well. Leicester, though, had an astonishing away victory, 3-1 at Tottenham. So that's all pretty serious, particularly for those clubs rooted near the bottom of the first division. But now we turn to something a little lighter on Big League Soccer today, because we have 2 of the most amazing own goals that you're likely to see in a long, long time. One of them comes from West Germany and the other one from Belgium. First, it's Erdingen against Bayern Munich in the German First Division, the game proceeding quite smoothly, and then this happened. Well, what you're about to see is one of the most astonishing own goals of all time. This is Erdingen on the attack in the blue shirts, but now watch the fullback from Bayern Munich there, whacking the ball past his own goalkeeper from all of 35 yards. It fooled the cameraman. He thought this Erdingen forward had scored, but he was wrong, as you'll see in a moment on the slow motion. The goalkeeper in question is Jean-Marie Pfaff, a Belgian international, but he had no chance at all with this. The fullback obviously thinking he wanted to get in and make a clearance. And it really was a head-in-the-hands job once that had happened. Well, that was bad enough in West Germany, but now look what happens here in Belgium in a first division game between Anderlecht and Mechelen. Kusters is the goalkeeper. Verkouteren takes a free kick. It comes off the post, hits him on the head. Kusters, the Mechelen goalkeeper, goes into the back of the net for an amazing goal. We look at it again once more from behind. And you must admit, on Big League Soccer today, we've seen 2 of the most remarkable own goals, really, that you're ever likely to see. Who'd be a goalkeeper? Well, I hope you enjoyed that little interlude, and let me just ask you for a favour, really, on behalf of all Big League Soccer viewers. If on your local TV station you see a football funny that you think might interest and amuse the rest of the world, I do hope you'll get in touch with me. But now we move on, as I said at the start of our programme, to our first competition of the season, where I'm going to show you 6 goals of the season so far, and I'm going to be asking you to put them into an order of merit, which is best, which is second best, and which is third best. The prize is a Canon camera plus 3 special cassettes of football that we should be telling you about in just a moment. The first of the goals, then, remember, you have to put them into an order of merit, which is best, second best, and third best. The first goal comes from Craig Johnston, scored for Liverpool against West Ham.
Cleverly done. Wolford was tight on him. Nicol, using the full width of the pitch. Johnston! They're level!
Goal number 2 is by Mark Falco for Tottenham against Newcastle United.
So clearly an injury to one of the Newcastle players. We'll see who that is in a moment. Chinozi with good play. Falco! Brilliantly done. Well, that's a marvellous goal by Falco.
Goal number 3 is by the fullback Arthur Albiston for Manchester United in the big Manchester derby against the City.
Now can he get a yard on Andy May? But he's got support from Albiston and from Whiteside, who suddenly accelerated there but then lost the ball. Here's Albiston again. Right foot shot! Brilliant!
Goal number 4 is from another derby game. This one by Kenny Dalglish for Liverpool against Everton.
Right to left in front of this capacity crowd, 52,500, a sellout crowd. Everton having won the last 3 derby matches, but as Kenny Dalglish says, that counts for nothing on the day. Derby matches are one-offs. Here's Dalglish. Oh, the goal! What a start from Liverpool! It's a magnificent goal by Dalglish.
Goal number 5 by John Barnes for Watford against Chelsea.
The game to Watford. A significant part to the first half, but Lissett on the counter charge here with Barnes. It's a great goal!
And goal number 6, the one we've seen already this week on Big League Soccer, by Mark Hughes for Manchester United against Chelsea.
Hughes. My goodness. And a goal! Mark Hughes! What a brilliant answer by Manchester United.
So there are the 6 goals. Then let me just remind you of them once more. Goal 1 by Craig Johnston. Goal 2 by Mark Falco. Goal 3 by Arthur Albiston. Goal 4 by Kenny Dalglish. Goal 5 by John Barnes. And goal 6 by Mark Hughes. And what you have to do is, remember, is to put the top 3 in an order of merit. And when you're satisfied that you've got them in the right order of merit, send your entry to this address. Big League Soccer, TTI, 365 Euston Road, London NW1, England. Let me give it to you again. The top 3, remember, to Big League Soccer, TTI, 365 Euston Road, London NW1 in England. And remember, the first correct entry out of the bag, as agreed by a special panel of judges that we're getting together on Big League Soccer, will receive a Canon camera, and the next 3 will get consolation prizes of cassettes that we're putting together now of the highlights of the Big League Soccer season so far. Well, you'll know, of course, if you're a regular viewer of this program, we've had some absolutely stunning matches, and that cassette, incidentally, is going to be available on a worldwide sale before Christmas this year. That's one really to look out for. Finally today, let's take our little dip into the archives that seem so popular with so many of you. It's a rainy day in Luton. It's in November 1980. It's a second division match between Luton and West Ham United. Struggling, both of them, to get back into the first division. But between them, they produced an absolutely splendid match. Luton against West Ham.
Brooking versus Grealish. Grealish winning that one. And Hill finding White. Steen with a shot. A beautiful goal. Played in first of all by Ricky Hill. And a good piece of play here by Steve White. He let it go there. And just look at that, curling beyond the arms of Phil Parkes. 1-0 to Luton. Well, that's a real setback for West Ham. And here's Kirk Stevens. Steen trying to come away from Martin. Again, the referee playing a good advantage there. He could easily have said there was a foul there. Parkes has got to come out. Steen has got a chance of going at him. And he did it! Oh, West Ham gave them that one. And Steen took marvellous advantage of it. And West Ham are 2 down with 17 minutes gone. The second goal for Brian Steen. And absolutely down to West Ham in defence. The hesitation was there as this long ball was played forward. Billy Bonds thought that Parkes was going to get out to it. The ball held up. Steen was round the keeper and slotted that in superbly from a difficult angle. Luton 2, West Ham 0. Stewart, cross on his way, but I don't think he'll keep it, will he? Yes, he will. Gets it across there and tucked behind by Mike Saxby. Aware, no doubt, that Paul Goddard was right behind him. So we're just coming to the last quarter of an hour of the first half. And again, Stewart finds himself from that corner with a chance to shoot one in there. Kicked off the line by Stevens. Pike playing it back there for Lampard. It's a lot better for West Ham. And now the long ball played forward and an onside. Price was playing them all on. And here's Stewart. He's got Pike in the middle, but that's hanging up too much for Pike maybe. Turned down again for Brooking. And now it'll be Stevens who gets it back to Finley. Certainly that shot by Ray Stewart, whacked there, deflected and kicked off the line. What a good shot there by Kirk Stevens. Saxby in powerfully, using his strength well and his height. White finding Ricky Hill. Moss on the turn! Well, he, like me, felt that for a moment that was just going to creep in. Again, Ricky Hill, the little dummy there, and a nice shot on the turn here, just wide of that West Ham goal. And deflected off Devonshire, behind for the corner. So a corner for Luton. The last 4 minutes or so of the first half. Leading 2-0, David Moss with it. Saxby's gone up for this one. And glanced down there, and it might go for anybody. In the end, West Ham scrambled it away. It was a superb glancing header in the first place that very nearly got it through, I think, from Grealish. And now Brooking. So West Ham could so easily have been 3 down at that point. And now here's Billy Bonds being hustled by Brian Steen, and Bonds has held him off. Play on, says the referee. A chip deep there for David Cross into the side netting. Goal kick. Very nearly a third Luton goal at one end, and then a really defiant break by Billy Bonds at the other end. So as Bonds knocked that one in, the angle was never a good one for David Cross. Good piece of play there by Holland, and a good bit of refereeing as well that allowed it to go on, allowing for the circumstances. Got the feel of being quite a blood and thunder game, this one, at the moment, as the conditions get increasingly more difficult. Now Billy Bonds found there by Brooking, and the shot way across the goal there. Nodding back in there, and Brooking makes it 2-1. Right on half-time, West Ham get themselves back into it. Trevor Brooking on the ball here for West Ham, played wide. Billy Bonds with a long cross that's nodded back superbly here. And Trevor Brooking coming in blindside to finish it off. Luton 2, West Ham 1. This by Saxby and Hill. Free kick. Devonshire in for Brooking. All the way, Brooking! Straight at Finley, hit the post, got it in! Brooking! What an amazing goal! Well, tough luck there for Luton. You can see Tony Grealish there, hands on his hips, he couldn't believe it. Devonshire playing Brooking in there. It looked for a moment as though he must be stopped. Took advantage of it. I thought that Finley had done his job well. Off the post, Brooking on his feet again, and bang into the back of the net before Saxby could do anything about it. Luton 2, West Ham 2. And Trevor Brooking, the scorer. Still with Devonshire. Played in for Goddard. Back for Brooking, and not a very good pass. But Brooking making the most of it, and calling for a good save from Jake Finley. How he threaded his way past 3 there, Brooking. This is the bit worth watching. That's the bit indeed. And a good save in the end by Finley. Now West, challenged by Devonshire. Hill playing it here for Stevens. Turned inside first time for White. Now Moss with West outside him. This could be interesting now, particularly if Moss can get into a shooting position. He can't. It's Stevens instead. Onto the left foot perhaps. Charged down that time by Jeff Pike. Stevens again crossing it in deep to the far side. Hill. And a goal! not nearly as much as they were in there, West Ham, as Moss slammed it in from something like 5 yards.
3-2 to Luton was the final score. Some really fine action there, which matched the fine action that we were able to bring you at the start of the programme between Chelsea and Manchester United. We leave you until next week, of course, with what? Naturally, the winning goal by Mark Hughes. A stunning victory it was for Manchester United, down to 10 men, and it looked as though they were going to be on the receiving end and maybe their record was in danger. That is, until Mark Hughes struck. He may not score a better goal this season. If he does, I just hope that I'm there to see it. I look forward to being with you again next week on Big League Soccer.
Hughes. My goodness. And a goal! Mark Hughes!